Hi, class. Welcome to English 8. My name is Patrick Beanie, and I am going to be your instructor for this year. I think it's only fair that I tell you that this is my first year as a teacher in the SLP, so I will be taking this journey right along with you. I have been teaching for almost 15 years, so I am very familiar with the work. I also have taught extensively in all of the other platforms. But this is my first time in the SLP, so just kind of the navigation is new to me, as I'm sure it's new to you. So let's have fun. Let's learn this together. If you're ever struggling with the actual getting around the course, please don't hesitate, because the more that I show it and the more that I work with it, the better off we'll both be. So first things first, one of the best ways to see what you need to do and to access your work is to look at the year view. Now, if we look at this from a year view, you will see at the very top in our course, there's three major parts, and that's going to be the projects, the power focus areas, and what we call the additional focus areas. Now, the projects are what the majority of your grade comes from, all right? 70% of your grade comes from this. So it's very important that you take a look at this, all right? So what I would do is every single unit, I would go ahead and I would open up the project. Now, this obviously has not been assigned yet, right? And then what I would do is, if you kind of hover over this, you can see with the project Unsolved Mysteries that there's three power focus areas that you're going to be doing, which are run-ons and fragments, punctuation, and essay structure. So what we'll want to do is take this essay. We'll go ahead and click on that, and that will bring up everything that you need to do for this small little mini unit, okay? You're going to start with taking a diagnostic test. So that kind of is a good jumping point to let you know what you know and what you don't know. They're not graded. They don't go towards your grade, but I do encourage you to do the best that you possibly can, because at least that way then we'll know what we need to focus on. And you very well might be ready to go on and take the content assessment and just kind of look over these assignments relatively briefly as opposed to spending a lot of time on them, all right? Now, once you finish that, you're going to go right into the introductory materials. Now, this has a nice little handy note-taking form that you can fill out. So as you go through this, I would go ahead and I would keep this open throughout your studying, and if you don't know what a key term is, you can just type it right here and write your own definition, and that way when it comes time to taking your content assessments, you're a little bit more prepared to answer those questions correctly. Then what we're going to do is we're going to go into the objectives, and here you'll find that this unit has 5 different objectives. So we're going to walk through each of these very slowly. Each one should only take maybe one sit-down session. So if we look at the first one, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to look at the 5 elements of an introductory paragraph, and this is a Quizlet. So we have the hook. This is what gets your attention. The author, who wrote it, the title, any pertinent background information, so things that are really important, and lastly we have what we call the thesis statement. And this is always the last sentence of your first paragraph, and it sums up everything that you're going to talk about, all right? So that is your thesis, right? Now, that's all it takes to do that. So once we do that, we'll close that, and we'll move on, and we'll watch the video. Then you'll look at the slideshow, then you'll watch another video, then you'll talk about counterclaims or rebuttals. And that's it. That's all you need to do for that, all right? Now, I know whether or not you did this because it will show a little check mark next to this if it's completed. So you can't, if I say, well, if you keep getting a 3 out of 10 on your content assessment, and I say, why? And you say, I don't know, I looked at everything. Well, I will know whether or not you did. So, it doesn't do you any good to not take the time and not look at it, okay? Then what we do is we just move on to objective 2. And we're going to go into writing topic sentences, developing body paragraphs, right? And then once you're done with all of those and you think that you're ready to take the content assessment, if you just hit request, I'll get notified that you're ready to take it. Just so you know, our staff does unlock those at 8 a.m. and 3 p.m. every day. So we can't just do it anytime anyone's ready, or else we would never get any sleep because every kid works at different times. So I want you to think about that, all right, before you request. So make sure that you remember to request these, because I don't want you to get caught behind because you're busy every day at 2:30 or whenever. These will stay open for 24 hours. So once those 24 hours, you'll have to re-request, which isn't a big deal, but I want you guys to stay busy. Now, my promise to you is that if you are able to spend at least 35 minutes per day in my course, I think that I know that you'll be successful. All right? It takes a little bit of effort every single day, as opposed to trying to do everything all at once. In my course, you're always welcome to work ahead of that progress bar, but I don't want you to get caught behind that progress bar. So what I want you to do, all right, to start with, is I want you to go ahead and I want you to jump right in to this essay, all right? So I want you to work through that and try to get through at least objective 1 and 2 by Monday morning, all right? And then once Monday morning rolls around, we'll keep looking at more. I also want you to open up the Unsolved Mysteries project that I'll assign, and then at least that'll give you kind of a good overview. Now, what about these additional focus areas? Believe it or not, they are not required in this course, all right? If you are a student that's interested in getting an A, then you'll need to do them, all right? If you are happy with a B- or a C, then you're more than welcome to just continue with those projects in the power focus areas. But I will only award A's to you if you've earned them, if you do the additional focus areas. So make sure that if the grades are something that you're interested in, and I hope that they are, at least being able to delve into it. And I, believe it or not, I really hope that you're not doing it for the grade, but I hope you're doing it because you enjoy it. Then that certainly changes. All right. So if we kind of take a look at the whole view, you can see across the top we have all of the months, and this goes a little bit beyond in April. All right. So you only have really 5 major points, right? And each of those are broken up into all of these power focus areas, and the power focus areas are all broken up into the objectives. So just take one objective at a time and work your way through and get through those content assessments, all right? This is the 3rd day of class, and I already have 2 students that are completely done with one power focus area. So, so keep at it, start early, work hard. Right? And throughout the year, if you need anything, I am always here. Well, not always, but mostly I'm always here during the day, and I really look forward to working with you. So we'll talk soon. Thanks a lot. Bye.